Hey there, happy November, everyone. Took me just a couple days to kind of feel ready to start my month, but as I prepared for this, I finished up October and got all the cards that people had ordered and received cards for either the 10 sets of cards or different orders that they had placed. The 10 packs, I should say, are sets of cards. Hey there, Tori. So it's always a good feeling to just have those. They're like little babies that I send out to everyone, and it's good to always just start my month fresh, and I feel like prepared, and it gives me a chance to put all my things away from the previous projects and start new. Hi there, Diane, too. So one thing that I'm excited about doing today, it's not going to be a card, and I always feel like I should start the month off with a card because most people like cards, but I really had a great response in October when I did the little gift card packaging, and recently too, I've been talking to a lot of my crafters, and they are making card sets to give as gifts for the holiday season. And sometimes over the holidays, Thanksgiving's coming up, and of course Christmas, and a lot of times people like to go with a small gift in hand to give to their hostess for those that are hosting. And I think because I know so many just awesome crafters, and you guys are so good at what you do, I think that that makes a great gift, and we should find a way to package up those beautiful cards so that you can present them in a really pretty way too. Hi there, Missy. Hi there, Lisa. So let me show you what I'm going to make for you today. I am going to highlight the Kraft gift boxes, and I'm not going to do tons with it, but I just want to show you how you can dress them up and show you what you can do to make that happen. And I'm just trying to see here if I can see. Yes, I've got myself on my iPad, so that way if you guys have questions, it's always good for me to be able to see comments and such like that too. So alrighty, let me get my camera moved around too, that way you guys can see. This is all good. Okay, there we go. And so let me give you a better close-up here of the packaging, the gift box here, so you can kind of see how wide it is. And I should have cards made up. I kind of have just a few of these that I'm still working on from to have in my personal stash from last month. So you can see that this is how the cards would fit in the gift box there, and so you can kind of see how wide it is. And of course there's measurements in the catalog, but I like showing you that a card will fit in there. And I'm excited because this can fold flat to be mailed with cards, so that if you're thinking, well, what if I place an order and get the November stamp camp, there we go, November stamp camp cards for free because I ordered $75, or what if I just want your things, what's this box gonna look like when it's pretty sturdy, like I can pinch here and it's not gonna really and give it a good press here, it's not gonna do anything. But when we're talking our mail system, you kind of have to have pretty sturdy packaging. But this, I will decorate the front, and I will put the tissue or cotton paper in for the inside, have this all ready to go for you, but I will mail it flat, and I'll kind of go over that a little bit too. Hey there, Beth, thanks for joining in. But before I get too far in starting, I want to show you where these products are found. And so in the mini catalog, here on page 37, you'll see the Peaceful Place suite there, and I'm using a couple stamps from the Peaceful Cabin and then a couple dies there from the Peaceful Cabin as well, so that you can see where those are going. And then on page, I think it's 11, I usually have a pretty good memory of where I've got my things from. Here we go. These are the Kraft gift boxes, so you can see them here. So they already come with windows in them. It's not a great picture of them, but you kind of get the idea. And then in the back, they always show them too, where you can order just different things here, and you can see the window better, but you'll see it in my video here. But that's where that's coming from. And then the cotton paper that I'm going to be using is from Eden's Garden. So Eden's Garden went live yesterday, and I'm excited about all the people that are getting a lot of the products from that collection too. So here you can see I kind of put this on top of this on purpose. So the cotton paper from Eden's Garden is 12 by 12, and these are the gift boxes like so. So you can kind of see they're, you know, a decent size, very sturdy. And so when you get yours, they will be folded up like so, and probably even tucked one more time like that with this decorated, but then you know that that'll be flat. And what I love about it too, all you're doing is peeling adhesive once you get it to assemble your box. So it's not like you have to rewatch my video or anything to figure out how it goes or how it works or anything. Let me start by, I think I'm going to start because I'm afraid I'll forget. I'm going to pull out a sheet of this 12 by 12 cotton paper here and get out my trimmer. Almost feel a little nervous today. I had to call on some health insurance questions and such, and because of you guys that mostly know our journey lately, health insurance is really important to us. And this lady's like, you sell Stampin' Up. So we had a good conversation about Stampin' Up, and I told her to watch my videos, and she said she might. Now I'm nervous that she might be watching. No. So it's always kind of fun. You never know how that conversation's gonna happen or come in the mix, and I always love sharing about it. Okay, so with the cotton paper, I'm taking the 12 by 12 and just cutting it in half so I get a 6-inch strip. And then that, you can see here, my sample has the soft succulent, because with the cotton paper, you get 10 sheets. So you get 5 of soft succulent. So I kind of want to show you that. And then you get 5 of the evening evergreen too. So I'm just going to include that with the packaging when you receive this, so you have a little something fun to wrap around whatever you're putting in the box. It doesn't have to be hand stamped cards, but I just love it when Stampin' Up gives us packaging that fits our cards. So that way you can see what that color looks like there too. Hi Carol, hi Julie. All right, so I'll set that aside and let me get to decorating the front here of my Kraft gift box, and I'll kind of just set my stamp set off to the side too. I'm going to use my Whisper White Kraft ink pad, and I just want to get a little bit of something on here so it's not quite so plain. I have seen people that have used designer series paper and just cut about the size of this window sheet here and just tape that to it, and then you have pretty paper that's in the window sheet there. Some people have taken another layer of window sheets and glued that in, and then just put some sequins so it looks like a window like shaker card too. So there's so many fun ideas that I'm seeing. Of course, Pinterest, you know, you see so many things on Pinterest or on Facebook for different things too with this. So I'm just going to take these cute little snowflakes, or just kind of a little addition, and I kind of rotate my stamp as I do this so that it doesn't seem like it's all facing the same direction. So it's not like you can see, yep, she stamped that exactly the same way every single time. I want to change up my pattern a little bit as I do this. And I like the look that the white snowflakes add to the Kraft too, and that just gives that kind of a little magical appearance, and it doesn't take much to do that. However, with this being Kraft and a little bit thicker, and my ink pad being, yeah, that's funny, I never thought about this as a Kraft gift box. This is a Kraft spelled with a different, like Kraft with a K, Kraft with a C ink pad. My Kraft with a C white ink pad is a little bit stickier, and it takes just a little bit longer to dry, and so you could either take a heat gun or let it set aside. And kind of my thought process with that is I knew that I wanted mine to be kind of dry when I went to use it. So like this is the one I just did, and I want to set it aside so that I can work with this without it smearing. You could take a heat gun, but I kind of got nervous when I started to use my heat gun because I didn't want this to get warpy, or actually the box to get warpy. I didn't know if it could potentially do a little melting, and by melting I don't mean like it's going to melt it away so much as just warp it to not looking so nice. So that is an option, but just kind of be leery and be careful of where you're putting the nozzle of your heat gun. Kind of go away from the edges to kind of dry this a little bit too. I didn't emboss it, so don't get that mixed up with using a heat tool for making that get drier faster. So then when you get yours, what I'm doing with mine here is taking my bone folder and giving it a nice little crease here so that it makes it want to stay together like so. And these flaps can go in. And same here, I take my bone folder, and I love that Stampin' Up! Gave us such easy boxes to put together as far as the creases in here are very well defined. You don't have to try and make your own crease because it's so shallow or something like that. That's not the case at all. And then one more here that I want to take my bone folder, scoot around. Now there's going to be 6 little adhesive tabs here, so I'll just pull off these 2 first, like so, and then that's going to attach that like so. I put the adhesive on the inside, of course. It won't attach if it's on the outside. So I have that kind of as a little tray there, and then you'll want to take the next 2 in the middle here, those adhesive strips off, box together like so. So we've got that. Hi Chris, thanks for joining in. All right, now to decorate the front of the box, besides the little snowflakes I've added here, I brought in just some other little pieces of cardstock, soft succulent, evening evergreen, and crumb cake here. And the dies that I'm using for the addition is going to be the cabin dies that match the stamp set that I'm using. And then also the ornate frames dies. I just used them like a week or 2 ago. Like I said, they originally came out with a Halloween theme, but they're great ornate dies. And what I'm going to run through first are some of these trees from the cabin die. So it doesn't actually put holes in those spaces. It just kind of gives it a little like a ruffled look there. So that's, I wasn't sure when when you first use dies and you put them through, you're like, what's going to happen there? So I'm going to run this through my mini cut and emboss machine. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to run that through like so. And there we have this tree here. And like I said, hopefully, yeah, the camera did pick that up. You can kind of see the little bumps on there, kind of almost looks embossed. Hey there, Kay, thanks for popping in. Let me put that here and I'll get rid of my garbage there. And then I'm going to run that one through because I'm going to use 2 of these soft succulent large trees. And it's just fun to see what people could come up with. I thought it would be fun to do trees because if you're giving a gift to a hostess this Christmas and it's not a female, guys love trees. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to take and use a theme for the packaging that doesn't have to necessarily be for a female host either. So kind of is gender neutral that way. So I was excited about the trees. And if you know me, you know I love my trees and my nature things. So this is just one of the cutout trees there and there. They're 2 different sizes, pretty similar, but not exact. And then I'm just going to run a couple more of those through here. And I know it's like, oh my goodness, how many times is she going to run that through? It's not too bad because after this, then it's just tacking it on and assembling it pretty much. So then it doesn't get to be too much of a thing. So that, and then I'll set those dies aside because they're all done. And like I said, those tree dies are from the cabin. They're called cabin dies. And now this is from the ornate dies. I'm going to run this through and then show you what also I almost used instead. So I'm just going to crank that through. And we have that. And then the little tag hole pops right out there too. Alrighty, so now I can put like my cute little mini cut and emboss machine aside. I love it for projects like this when you just have those little dies and it doesn't take up much of a spot on your crafting table. Okay, so now I reach for my mini glue dots and I'm just going to put a mini glue dot. I have a fuzz or some kind of string thing there stuck to that. So I'll put a mini glue dot on the base of this tree and then another one up, and I'm going to kind of just put it on the edge of the window like so. And then I'll grab another tree of the opposite color and put that kind of next to it but overlapping like so. And then on the other side, because I kind of want it to be a little bit of off balance on purpose. Okay. Oh, Missy asked, do you like the smaller machine? Haha, you said as I posted. Okay, but that's a good thing too, because like I said, my phone call today with about insurance, the person, that's what she asked me. Do you have that mini machine? So as soon as she asked that question, I'm like, this is not your average, oh, I've made a card before person. Like she's went through more than one big shot, she said, and it was kind of just fun to hear her excitement about Stampin' Up, and she's been stamping for a long time. So that was her question today was, do you have it? Do you like it? And obviously I told her I don't use it as much as my big one just because the embossing folders don't fit through there, as do the dies. But I said you'd be surprised at how much can fit through the little one, and it's just fun to grab that without, you know, feeling like you're lugging something huge onto your workspace. So I really do like it. And I know a lot of my hostesses have chosen that for their half price item too. So instead of $60, then it brings it down to $30, which is always kind of fun too. So in the meantime, I've got all of those trees put on there with glue dots, if you saw that. And then this is where I like to show you these different, this is the one that I just made now, but these are the other ornate dies that are in the same set that I got this one from. But I kind of like to show you like, okay, this didn't pass and why in my mind. But like I said, it wouldn't be, just because I'm not using it doesn't mean it's the worst thing. I just thought that kind of, even though there's white snowflakes, I thought it just kind of looked a little too white and bright for the Kraft look of the box. So I thought, okay, let's try something else. And then this one, I thought with, I love these elegant little spindle things on the end, but I thought it just looked a little too elegant for the rustic look that we were achieving with the trees. So I thought, let's go plain here with this tag. And from the Peaceful Cabin stamp set, there is a wonderful stamp for you. And I know a lot of us love it when Stampin' Up has a stamp that just says for you, plain and simple. You can use it for so many things. So this is Evening Evergreen stamped on crumb cake cardstock. And then what I'm going to do is take and just cut a couple little strips here from my linen thread like so, and I'll kind of just match those up and put those through. I tried to do 3, but I think 2 is about the max for fitting through there pretty easily. So I'm just going to take and tie a knot with 2 of these linen threads together, and I'm kind of trying to coax it so that the knot stays on the top of the tag. And then on purpose, yes, me too. I love Kraft color too, because it just makes the holidays just seem warm and cozy. Like Kraft and Buffalo Check are just kind of the coziest things ever. So on purpose, whoops, I grabbed my ribbon cutting because that's what I cut my linen trim with. But on purpose, I'm going to my non-ribbon cutting scissor. And I can tell that this has cut a lot of cardstock because it almost wants to gnaw away. But I'm doing that on purpose because I kind of want the edges of my linen trim to look kind of roughed up. So you can see it looks like a little chewy on there, and I wanted that look. So I thought I could either really try and distress it or just cut it and it would look distressed from the get-go. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining in. And with this, I'm just going to take a couple glue dots here and here and just kind of put that on the lower half of my tag. So then that kind of fits in at an angle in between the two sets of trees here, and just a little bit of that, almost making it look like, you know, like a raffia, or just a nice little crafty look, having the linen trim on there like so. And even though our crumb cake is different than the Kraft, it still kind of gives it that nice little crafty look. And then, like I said too, when you get your box from me, you'll get the cotton paper from the Eden's Garden collection. A strip of that just will come along with it. So that will be something that you can use in your packaging. Hi there, Maureen. Thanks for coming on. Oh, and I have one more thing. You guys know me, even though there's not an inside to my, well, there was an inside, I guess I put my paper in there because I'm used to finishing my projects with an inside to my card and an embellishment. So these holiday rhinestone basic jewels, I'm getting down to where now there's only green. Last week there was green and red. Now there's only green. And so I'll be so sad when they're all used up, but I can buy more. I thought about adding them to my cart today when I placed my own order. So I'm just going to take a couple of these rhinestone jewels here, the green color, and just put those kind of on the edge of each of the soft succulent trees here. And it's a very nice green. It's kind of like an emerald green. I have a May birthday, so they kind of remind me of my birthstone, to be honest, but they coordinate so well with all of the Stampin' Up! Green colors that we have too. So I like that. So that just adds, even though it's blingy with crafty, I think it just adds a nice little holiday sparkle to that. So this is all ready to go, and depending on which one you receive, you'll get either the soft succulent color for the inside or the evening evergreen cotton paper too. I think they both look fantastic with it. And if this is something that you're thinking of making, you know, more of yourself, you might go, you know what, I would take and swap out those trees and do the opposite colors or something too. But I kind of like the soft succulent for a soft look on that. So that is that. That is my project number 1 for November Stamp Camp. And let me get the camera turned around again so I can talk to you, because it's a new month and I have some new people joining in too that are newer to watching these demonstrations, and I've had some questions on how do I get your cards again. So with it being the first project, you might not be ready to commit to, hey, I want all 10 of them, but I hope so. And so how it works is if you place a minimum $75 order using the November Stamp Camp host code, or when you want me to place your order, just say that you want to add this code to it, because later in the month too, I'll be doing Deb King's virtual demo. She has her own separate host code for that. So you might want to choose, do I want Deb's cards or do I want Belle's 10 pack or so? So just know that host codes are very important to getting the right order to where it should go, and it lets Stampin' Up! Know to let me know what kind of benefit you want to receive. So with a minimum $75 purchase, you can get the 10 pack that I'm making of projects for this month for free. And if you go, oh, I just ordered, I don't think I need more this month, and it may be next month, then just say, hey, Belle, I want the 10 pack, and that can be purchased for $25, and then I just send those out. And so $25 includes the mailing, the shipping out to you, and if you're local, you'll get a delivery from me. So if you guys have any questions about that, please let me know. So I'll be back tomorrow afternoon with number 2, and this month, just kind of to let you know, half of my projects will be Christmas and half will be all occasion. That way you kind of get a little mix, because some of you go, you know, I really don't send all those Christmas cards out like I used to. I do this or that or nothing at all. And so because of that, then I want to have half and half this month so that you're not overwhelmed. And I like to let you know that ahead of time, just so you can kind of plan also what you're getting. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.